Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I'm Ethan Kaiser, Vice President of Human Resources, and today we're going to do an employment law training. So here, as an organization, we take employment law very seriously. This training is an overview of employment law and how to apply this knowledge in your current role as a manager. Okay, here's the agenda for today. We're going to go over the Civil Rights Act of 1964, the Americans with Disabilities Act, sexual harassment in the workplace, the Occupational Safety and Health Act, the Family Medical Leave Act, the Equal Pay Act, Workers' Compensation, and the National Labor Relations Act. Okay, when looking at the Civil Rights Act of 1964, under Title VII of the Civil Rights Act, it was made unlawful for employment agencies to discriminate against employees in job applications on the basis of race, color, sex, national origin, disability, or age. So as managers, your expectation is during the hiring process and beyond, you will not discriminate against any fellow employee based on these conditions and to treat everyone with respect and dignity. If this policy is violated, a member of management will conduct an investigation and corrective actions will be enforced. Okay, the Americans with Disabilities Act. This act prohibits discrimination against people with disabilities in several areas, including employment, transportation, public accommodations, communications, and access to state and local government programs and services. As it relates to employment, Title I of the ADA protects the rights of both employers and job seekers. As managers, you will not discriminate against employees or applicants based on their disability status and must make reasonable accommodations for these individuals as the ADA requires. Okay, workers' compensation. What is it? Workers' compensation provides cash benefits or medical care for workers who suffer an injury or become ill due to their workplace. And as managers, you're expected to understand the facts that lead to workers' compensation claims and work to reduce them. Also, you're required to allow employees to see a doctor about work-related issues with a referral or without at any time. Okay, sexual harassment. It is unlawful to harass a person, an applicant or employee, because of that person's sex. This includes unwelcome sexual advances, requests for sexual favors, and other verbal or physical harassment of a sexual nature. As managers, you will not allow sexual harassment to occur in your workplace. If someone reports such behavior, it should be addressed and investigated immediately. Also, any manager caught violating this policy will be subject to termination for violating their responsibility and role as a manager. Okay, the Occupational Safety and Health Act. Congress passed the Occupational and Safety Health Act to ensure worker and workplace safety. Their goal was to make sure employers provide their workers a safe place of employment free from recognized hazards to safety and health. So this is such as an exposure to toxic chemicals, excessive noise levels, mechanical dangers, heat or cold stress, or unsanitary conditions. So as managers, you're expected to maintain a hazard-free workplace to reduce potential injuries. Also, you must be familiar with all parts of the OSHA Act to recognize potential chemical hazards, air quality concerns, loud noise exposure concerns, and also when employees voice concerns about safety in their work environment, you should take these matters very seriously and investigate and address them. The Family and Medical Leave Act. This provides certain employees with up to 12 weeks of unpaid job-protected leave per year. It also requires that their group health benefits be maintained during the leave. So as managers, all employees have the right to this benefit. It is your job to provide our employees with this resource while protecting their jobs and refraining for questioning them on why they're leaving or providing justification This is a personal matter for them, and that should be respected. Okay, the Equal Pay Act of 1963. This prohibits sex-based wage discrimination between men and women in the same establishment who perform jobs that require substantially equal skill, effort, and responsibility under similar working conditions. As managers and as hiring managers, we must ensure that all individuals are being paid the same if they're in a similar role when they are hired. And after they're hired, managers must follow these provisions and treat all employees equally when discussing pay increases and job promotions in the future. Okay, the National Labor Relations Act of 1935. What is it? In 1935, Congress passed the National Labor Relations Act, making clear that it is the policy of the United States to encourage collective bargaining by protecting workers' full freedom of association. So this allowed individuals to collectively bargain and fight for better rights in their working conditions. So as managers, we cannot prohibit employees from joining a union or participating in strikes. They are allowed to do so under this act. Managers should, however, ensure that these individuals do not allow employees to use company resources for union purposes. A brief summary. This training provided you on applicable employment laws and provided expectations for you as a manager. You should now be competent on these topics and be able to apply and share this information with your respective teams. If you have any questions regarding these laws and acts, please feel free to reach out to me and I can make those clear for you. Thank you so much for participating in this training and have a great rest of your day.